Well, we've got some great news today about CJ Gardner Johnson, just released a few moments ago by Dan Campbell during his press conference. It's been a long wait for CJ Gardner Johnson, a wait that nobody has expected him to actually come back. And now we've been told that he's been cleared by his private doctors, and all of the medical reports have been sent up to the Lions organization to do a full evaluation and to see whether and when they're going to elevate CJ Gardner Johnson back to the practice squad off of IR and get him into his 21-day window. According to Dave Burkett, Dan Campbell said that CJ Gardner Johnson is ready to return. He could be back at practice as soon as next week, and that he's gotten the strength back. It is secure. He is going to be ready to go soon. The one interesting part of Dan Campbell's press conference today is that Dan was joking about, well, maybe we'll play him this Saturday. And of course, he was just joking. CJ Gardner Johnson has a lot to do before he can actually make his way back to the football field. But this is a huge development. CJ Gardner Johnson put out a tweet a few weeks ago that he would be back by December 20th. It looks like he might meet that date and that deadline. That doesn't mean that he's going to be on the field by December 20th playing in a football game, but it sounds like he may be back at practice. We've been speaking about the vocal leadership on this team and what CJ Gardner Johnson meant to this team early in the season. He is clearly the biggest vocal leader on this team and something that the Lions need. We have seen this team be somewhat deflated over several weeks now and looking to find their way back to what they were at the beginning of this season. Even the tail end of last season, they were a much different team. Is CJ Gardner Johnson the cure-all to this fix that the Lions are looking for to bring back the energy into this squad? He might be. But then again, I don't think that everything relies on just one player. But I would agree that CJ Gardner Johnson is pretty infectious. I mean, for goodness sakes, he sold out Amazon for blue ski masks. If one person can do that, what can he do on a team of 69 guys? So I'm looking forward to him coming back. I hope that the Lions, do their due diligence on this and bring him back, as slowly but as fast as possible. I would hate to see him get back and re-injure it. I would much rather see CJ Gardner back to give us that extra oomph in the playoffs that we're going to need, which means I think that it would be best that he gets back in by week 18. If he gets back in for the last home game of the season, he'll have some playing time and get a lot of snaps and see how well he is and if he can stand up to the test. Maybe he comes back early and gets elevated and they put him in, garbage time. If the Lions, get some good leads and can afford to put CJ Gardner Johnson in towards the end of the game, maybe for the last fourth quarter or the second half, I think it would be wise to work him in as slowly as possible. But like I said, get him back onto the field and ready to go as quickly as possible if it can happen at all. Just because he's cleared his doctors does not mean he's cleared the Lions organization. That is the big misunderstanding that I'm seeing on just about every social media post. He has to clear the Lions doctors. He also has to clear Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. They have to make the say that, yep, we're ready to bring you back. This is usually about a 6 to 9 month recovery time for this type of an injury. The fact that he's coming back so quickly makes you also wonder, is the NFL going to start drug testing him before he can come back? I'm not real sure on the rules with coming back from an injury, but you would think that with Aaron Rodgers coming back so quickly and pushing the envelope on what definitely is a 12-month recovery time for an ACL, depending on the grade, is the NFL going to start drug testing? Are they allowed to use stem cell research, which I thought was banned? I don't know, but to me it seems like that's the only way that you could come back this quickly is by utilizing the benefits of stem cell research. So we'll see what happens. That's it for today's episode. I appreciate y'all taking the opportunity out to watch this, and make sure you give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment below on what you feel and think that CJ Gardner Johnson means to this team, and will he be back versus the Vikings? All right, y'all. Go in pride. Go Detroit Lions. Bye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.